Pathway to Citizenship, Part 1. How to Improve English Speaking for the U.S. Citizenship Test.
Welcome to Fluent Steps. I'm Anne, your host, and today we're diving deep into something nearly every language learner struggles with: English speaking and listening. And with me is my brave guest, Mark.
Brave. More like terrified. Honestly, Anne, whenever someone asks me to speak English, I feel like a deer caught in the headlights. My brain freezes, my mouth forgets the alphabet, and I just hope someone else jumps in to save me.
That's a perfect description. The deer in headlights feeling is universal among learners. But here's the good news. Fear means you care. It means your brain is awake and ready to grow.
That's a nice way to put it. Usually I just think, why am I so bad at this?
You're not bad. You're just unpracticed in the right way. Think of it like learning to ride a bike. You can read about balance, watch YouTube videos about gears, even memorize the parts of a bicycle. But the moment you climb on, you wobble and crash.
That's exactly it. I've been reading and studying, but the second I speak, I wobble and crash.
And that's fine. Every fluent speaker has fallen off the bike many times. What matters is climbing back on.
Easier said than done. My problem isn't just speaking, it's also listening. Native speakers sound like they're racing through sentences. I catch a few words, and the rest just flies past me.
The famous fast train problem. You're standing on the platform, and the English train zooms by. You see some words in the windows, but the rest vanish before you can blink.
Exactly. I'm still processing, how are you? When they're already talking about the weather, their dog, and the latest movie.
Let me tell you a secret. Even native speakers miss words. When I was in London, I went to a pub, and the bartender said something in a thick accent. I just nodded and said, "Yes, please." I had no clue what I agreed to, but a minute later, he handed me a random drink.
That's hilarious. So even natives get lost sometimes?
All the time. The difference is, they don't panic. They pick up clues from context. That's the first key for listening. Stop aiming for 100% comprehension. Aim for keywords.
So if someone says, blah blah blah, meeting, Friday, I should just think, okay, something about a meeting on Friday.
Exactly. You've caught the important fish, even if the small fish swim away.
That already makes me feel less pressure. But what about speaking? I know words, but when I open my mouth, it feels like they all run away.
That's because your brain is like a library where the books are in order when it's quiet, but when someone suddenly asks you a question, it's like a tornado hits the shelves.
That is such a good metaphor. My brain library definitely has a tornado problem.
The way to fix it is practice under real conditions. Imagine firefighters. They don't just read manuals, they run drills with fake fires, smoke, alarms. That way, when the real emergency comes, they don't freeze.
So I need speaking drills?
Exactly. Short daily speaking drills. Record yourself for 2 minutes. Talk about what you had for breakfast. Describe your room. Explain a funny memory. Don't worry about mistakes. Just speak.
Recording myself, I hate my voice.
Everyone does at first, but it's like looking in the mirror. At first, you notice every flaw. Over time, you start seeing progress. And trust me, your voice sounds better to others than it does in your head.
I guess. But I once recorded myself, and I sounded like a robot reading the news badly.
Then that's your starting point. Robots can be upgraded. The more you do it, the more human you'll sound.
Okay, fine, I'll try. But I need more than recordings.
Great, because the second drill is shadowing.
Shadowing, like sneaking behind someone.
Not quite. Shadowing means listening to a native speaker and repeating what they say almost immediately, like an echo. Imagine being a parrot with ambition.
That sounds intense.
It is, but it's powerful. You copy rhythm, intonation, even emotion. Over time, your mouth learns the music of English, not just the lyrics.
I like that, the music of English.
Exactly. Grammar is the sheet music, but speaking is the song. And listening is learning how to enjoy the concert without worrying about every note.
That makes it feel more artistic, less mechanical.
Because it is, language is human music, and you, Mark, are about to learn to play it with confidence.
Confidence, huh? That's the mountain I can't seem to climb. Every time I try to speak English, I hear this voice in my head. Don't do it. You'll sound stupid. They'll laugh.
Ah, yes, the inner critic. It's like having a grumpy old man living in your brain, shaking his fist at you.
Mine's very loud and very rude.
Well, it's time to fire him, or at least demote him. Replace him with a coach who says, "Good try, you'll get better. Keep going."
Easier said than done.
True. That's why we use tricks. For example, rituals. Athletes don't rely on motivation alone. They have warm-ups. You need a warm-up for English.
Like what?
Before speaking, look in the mirror and say, "Mistakes are proof I'm learning." Or pump yourself up with music in English. Think of it like putting on armor before battle.
I'd look ridiculous, but maybe it works.
Ridiculous is good. Humor lowers fear. When I was learning French, I once told a baker I wanted to kiss instead of baguette. The whole shop laughed, and I laughed too. Guess what? I never forgot the word baguette after that.
Oh man, I can imagine. So you're saying I should turn my mistakes into comedy material?
Exactly. Think of each mistake as a funny story for later. That way, fear becomes fuel.
I like that, but what about real conversations? That's where I panic.
Start small. Don't jump into deep discussions. Begin with kiddie pool conversations, ordering coffee, greeting neighbors, asking for directions.
Honestly, even ordering coffee feels like climbing Everest sometimes.
That's why you prepare scripts. Practice at home. "Hi, can I get a medium latte, please?" Repeat it 10 times. Then when you're at the cafe, your brain presses play automatically.
Like rehearsing lines in a play.
Exactly. Later, you'll improvise, but scripts give you training wheels.
Okay, But what if the barista replies too fast?
Then use one of three survival tools. 1. Ask them to repeat. Just say, "Sorry, could you say that again?" Even natives do this with each other.
Really?
All the time. 2. Paraphrase. Repeat what you think you heard. So the meeting is at 3, right? That way, they confirm or correct.
Clever.
And 3. Focus on keywords. Don't panic about every word. If someone says blah blah blah, Friday, report, you know it's about a report due Friday.
That feels doable.
It is. And here's another mindset tip. Celebrate tiny wins. Had a full cafe conversation. Reward yourself with cake. Understood 70% of a podcast. High five yourself.
I can definitely get behind cake rewards.
See? Progress feels better when it's tied to joy.
You're making English sound less like torture and more like a game.
That's the goal. If it feels like punishment, you'll quit. If it feels like play, you'll keep going.
So basically, trick my brain into thinking English is fun.
Exactly. Outsmart the critic, use rituals, celebrate wins, and soon the mountain won't look so high.
You're convincing me. Maybe I can actually do this.
You can. And next, we'll dig into listening strategies, how to train your ears for accents, speed, and slang.
Oh boy, my ears are ready.
Pathway to Citizenship. Part 2. Sound natural and confident in your U.S. citizenship interview.
So, Mark, in part 1, we tackled confidence and those first scary steps in speaking. Now let's switch gears and talk about listening.
Yes, my favorite nightmare. I swear, native speakers don't talk, they sprint. By the time I catch one word, they're 5 sentences ahead.
You're not alone. Listening is like trying to watch a movie in fast forward. The trick is training your ears to handle speed and variety.
But how? I've tried podcasts, but half the time I zone out after 2 minutes.
That's normal. Listening is like lifting weights. You don't start with 100 pounds, you start with 5. So first, choose material at your level. If a news podcast feels too heavy, try TV shows you enjoy or even cartoons.
Cartoons, like kid shows?
Absolutely. They use clear pronunciation, simple sentences, and lots of visual clues. Think of them as the training wheels of listening.
That makes me feel less guilty about watching cartoons.
No guilt at all. When I was learning Spanish, I watched Dora the Explorer. I was a grown adult, repeating "swiper, no swiping" out loud. But you know what? It worked.
That's hilarious. So maybe I should watch Peppa Pig to learn English.
Exactly. Once your ears get comfortable, you can graduate to sitcoms, movies, and podcasts.
Okay, but what about accents? I can sort of understand American English, but when a British or Australian speaker talks, I feel like they're from another planet.
Accents are like flavors of ice cream. Same ingredients, different taste. The best way to handle them is exposure. Listen to short clips from different regions. At first, it's confusing, but your brain adapts.
Do you have an example?
Sure, Let's role play. I'll say one sentence in different accents, and you guess the meaning. Ready?
Oh, okay, ready.
In American English, I'm gonna grab a coffee real quick.
Easy. I will get a coffee.
Perfect. Now, British English, I fancy a cuppa.
Wait, fancy? Oh, is that I want a cup of tea?
Exactly. Now, Australian English, let's have a cuppa and a yarn.
A yarn, like knitting.
Not in Australia. There, a yarn means a chat, so the sentence means, let's have tea and a conversation.
Wow, same language, different worlds.
Exactly. That's why listening practice should include variety. Pretend you're collecting accent stamps in a passport.
I like that idea. Makes it more of an adventure.
Another tip, use subtitles wisely. Start with them on, but try not to read every word. Just glance when needed. Over time, switch them off for a challenge.
I've noticed sometimes subtitles don't match exactly what's said.
That teaches you great observation. That actually helps because it shows natural English often differs from perfect grammar. For example, a character might say gonna, but the subtitle says going to. That teaches you real-world shortcuts.
So I should pay attention to those differences?
Yes, they reveal the rhythm of spoken English. And here's a fun game. Watch a scene once with subtitles, then again without. See how much you catch the second time.
That actually sounds fun, like a challenge.
Exactly. And to push your ear further, try the pause and predict method. Listen to part of a sentence, pause, and guess the next word.
Like filling in the blanks.
Yes, it trains your brain to anticipate patterns. For example, I'm going to the grocery, pause. You predict store.
Oh, that's clever.
And the best part, you can do it with any video.
Okay, so my ear training plan is cartoons, accents, subtitles, and pause and predict. That feels doable.
Exactly. Listening isn't about catching every fish. It's about building a bigger net.
I like that. My net is full of holes right now, but maybe it'll get stronger.
It will. And remember, every time you listen, even if you don't understand everything, you're training your brain to swim in English sound.
Okay, that makes me feel a bit more hopeful.
So, now that your ears are warming up, let's move back to speaking. We touched on recording and shadowing. Let's expand on that.
Please, because speaking with real humans is where I melt down.
Totally normal. So let's start with solo practice, because before you face the world, you need to build strength in private.
Like practicing guitar in your bedroom before playing at a concert.
Exactly. Here are 3 solo exercises. 1. Narration. Walk around your house and narrate what you're doing in English. I'm opening the fridge. I'm making coffee. Oh no, I spilled it.
That sounds ridiculous.
Ridiculous is good. It forces your brain to think in English, even with simple sentences.
Okay, I can try that when no one's watching.
2. story expansion. Take a simple sentence and stretch it. Instead of, I went to the park, say, I went to the park yesterday because the weather was sunny. I saw children playing, people walking dogs, and even a man juggling oranges.
Juggling oranges.
Why not? It makes it fun. The idea is to push your brain to build longer sentences.
I like that, so I'm training my storytelling muscles.
Exactly. And 3, tongue twisters. They're silly but powerful. Try saying, she sells seashells by the seashore 5 times fast.
Oh no, I'll sound drunk.
Better to sound drunk in practice than to mumble in real life. Tongue twisters improve clarity and speed.
Okay, I'll give it a shot, but eventually I need to talk to real people, right?
Yes, and that's where social practice comes in. Start small. Language exchange apps, online partners, even talking to voice assistants like Siri or Alexa.
Siri as my speaking partner. That's kind of sad.
Not sad. Safe. Siri doesn't judge. Plus, it forces you to pronounce clearly or she won't understand.
True. Sometimes Siri ignores me completely.
That's useful feedback. If technology doesn't understand, chances are a person might not either.
Good point.
Another step, role play. Let's try one. I'll be a barista, you be the customer. Ready?
Oh boy, okay, let's go.
Hi there. What can I get started for you today?
Hi. Can I, have a medium latte, please?
Perfect. And I might reply, sure thing. Do you want that hot or iced?
See, that's where I panic. I know hot and iced, but my brain freezes.
Then we train your reflexes. Pretend you're playing ping pong. Don't overthink. Just hit the ball back. You say, hot please. Simple.
Okay, hot please. That feels manageable.
Exactly. The key is practicing those little exchanges until they feel automatic. Then you build up to bigger conversations.
Like leveling up in a video game.
Exactly. Small quests first, then the boss battle.
So ordering coffee is like fighting the tutorial monster.
Yes, and once you defeat it, you gain confidence points.
I like this video game approach. Makes me want to keep playing.
That's the spirit. Language is a lifelong game, and every mistake is just part of the training.
Okay, so I need to practice narrating my life, stretching sentences, tongue twisters, and role-playing coffee shops.
You got it. And soon, speaking will feel less like climbing a mountain and more like going for a walk.
A walk with a latte in hand, hopefully.
Exactly.
Pathway to Citizenship. Part 3. The Voice of a New Citizen. Final interview and confidence tips.
Okay, Anne, so we've talked about listening, shadowing, role-playing, and even tongue twisters. But there's still one thing that scares me, slang.
Ah yes, the wild jungle of English. Dictionaries give you the paved road, but slang is like the hidden trails.
Exactly. I'll understand the words, how are you? But then someone says, what's up? Or, how's it going? And my brain crashes.
That's normal. Slang and idioms are like secret codes locals use, but the good news is they follow patterns. Want to play a little decoding game?
Oh boy, sure, let's do it.
I'll give you some slang or idioms and you guess the meaning. First one, hit the books.
Does it mean literally attack books?
Not quite. It means to study. So if I say, I need to hit the books tonight, I mean I'm going to study hard.
Okay, that makes sense. Next.
Break the ice.
Oh, that one I think I know. It's like starting a conversation to make people comfortable, right?
Exactly, like when you tell a joke in an awkward situation. Perfect. How about, it's raining cats and dogs?
I've heard that. It means heavy rain, right?
Yes, and no animals involved, luckily. Now here's a slang one. I'm broke.
Empty, maybe?
Spot on. It means no money.
So if I say, I'm broke, people won't offer to fix me.
Hopefully not. They'll just understand you can't afford lunch.
Good to know.
And here's the fun part. You don't need to learn all slang at once. Focus on the ones you hear often in your environment. Think of it like collecting Pokémon. You don't need the whole set to play the game.
That's a relief, because sometimes slang feels like an endless jungle.
Exactly. And idioms, they're like colorful decorations. You don't need them to survive, but they make your speech sound lively.
Okay, but what if I don't understand slang in a conversation?
Good question. Strategy 1, ask. Sorry, what does that mean? People love explaining their slang. Strategy 2, use context. For example, if someone says, I'm starving, let's grab some grub, you know grub means food.
Grub as in worms.
Yes, originally, but slang gives it new life. Language is playful that way.
So basically, don't panic, just decode.
Exactly, and here's a role play. I'll be your friend using slang. Ready?
Ready-ish.
Hey Mark, long time no see, wanna hang out later?
Okay, hang out means spend time, right? So I'd say, sure, let's hang out.
Perfect. Next line, cool, maybe we can grab a bite.
A bite, like food.
Correct again. See, you're already decoding like a pro.
This actually feels like a video game level. One can win.
And that's the right mindset. Slang isn't your enemy, it's bonus treasure.
Okay, so slang isn't so scary anymore. But my next question is, how do I keep practicing daily? I mean, I don't live in an English-speaking country.
Great question. The truth is, your environment doesn't have to control your progress. You can turn daily life into your classroom.
How?
Step 1. Label your world. Put sticky notes on objects in your house, mirror, fridge, remote. Every time you see them, you say the word out loud.
That would make my apartment look like a science exhibit.
Exactly, a science exhibit of your progress. Step 2. Inner dialogue. Talk to yourself in English while doing chores. For example, when cooking, I'm chopping onions. Now I'm boiling water.
So basically, narrating my life like a cooking show.
Yes, you become the host of Mark's Kitchen Adventures.
That actually sounds fun.
Step 3. English Challenges. Pick a theme for the week. For example, this week, food. Learn 5 new food words, watch 1 cooking video in English, and try ordering in English if you can.
So I dive deep into one topic at a time.
Exactly. It makes vocabulary stick better than random words. Step 4. Create social opportunities. Find language partners online, join English groups on social media, or even play video games in English.
Video games count?
Absolutely. Games are full of dialogue, instructions, teamwork. It's active English.
Okay, that doesn't sound like studying. That sounds like living.
That's the secret. You stop treating English like homework and start treating it like a lifestyle.
But what about when I get lazy?
Then you trick yourself. Pair English with something you already love. For example, if you love music, listen only to English songs while exercising. If you love movies, switch your Netflix to English audio.
So it's like hiding vegetables in spaghetti sauce. You sneak English into things I already enjoy.
Exactly, sneaky but effective. And don't forget micro-practice. Even 5 minutes a day is better than none.
I guess 5 minutes feels less intimidating than an hour.
Right. Consistency beats intensity. Think of brushing your teeth. You don't do it for 2 hours once a week. You do it for 2 minutes every day.
Point taken. So English is like dental hygiene for my brain.
Perfect analogy. Keep it clean, keep it fresh every day.
Okay, sticky notes, inner monologues, weekly themes, and sneaky English. I can do that.
And remember, make it playful. If it feels like a burden, adjust the method until it feels fun again.
Wow, Anne. I feel like we've covered a whole boot camp, from speaking drills and listening tricks to slang and daily practice.
Exactly. And now it's time to wrap it all up. Let's reflect. What's the biggest change you've felt since we started talking?
Honestly, at first English felt like a monster hiding under my bed. Now it feels more like a puppy that I just need to train.
I love that. The monster becomes a puppy, still energetic, sometimes messy, but manageable.
Yes, and the biggest thing I've learned is that mistakes aren't shameful. They're stepping stones.
Exactly. Every scar, every stumble is proof that you're moving forward.
And I like the idea of making English part of my life, not just a subject, like turning cooking, music, or even video games into practice.
That's the heart of fluency. It's not about perfect grammar. It's about using English as a tool to live, laugh, and connect.
You know, I actually feel excited now. Like I want to go out and try these strategies instead of hiding in my grammar book.
That's music to my ears. Remember, speaking is a skill, not a test. Listening is fishing, not decoding. Confidence is practice, not perfection.
Can you say that again? That felt powerful.
Of course, speaking is a skill, not a test. Listening is fishing, not decoding. Confidence is practice, not perfection.
Wow, that's going on my wall.
Good. Make it your mantra, and whenever fear whispers in your ear, answer with action. Speak, listen, laugh, repeat.
Thank you, Anne. Really, I came here nervous, but I'm leaving inspired.
That's the best result I could hope for. English isn't just about passing exams, it's about unlocking doors. And Mark, you've already turned the key.
Then, I guess it's time to step through the door.
Exactly. And remember, every conversation is another step toward fluency. Keep walking.
I will. And maybe one day, I'll be the one giving tips to someone else who's terrified of English.
That day will come sooner than you think. Until then, keep practicing, keep smiling, and keep turning fear into fuel.
Deal. And maybe I'll even hit the books tonight.
Just don't forget to break the ice tomorrow, too.
Ha, got it.